Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Monday, March 6th. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Beautiful day yesterday. High temperature 68 officially at the Bowling Green Airport. That was 12 degrees above the average of 56. Felt really nice and it looked really nice too with all that sunshine and just a few high clouds sweeping by. We've got that same kind of situation setting up for us this morning. Nothing too out of the ordinary. The upper flow is from west to east, as it has been for the last several weeks, even a couple of months, as we're just still in that warm flow. And today is going to be a much warmer day because of that. A few clouds, as you see on satellite, but these are mainly high, thin cirrus clouds and a few mid level clouds from time to time with the sunshine. So today is going to look a lot like yesterday did, except with maybe just a few more clouds, and it's going to be more into the 70s. Here's a look at the model blender this morning for the next 10 days. And yeah, the warmest day out of the next 10 days is actually going to be today. Mid 70s, possibly upper 70s in a couple of spots. Then we see more of a reset to much more seasonable temperatures. As you see, we go to 60 tomorrow, then lower 50s. That's a little bit below average by the time we get into Wednesday. Then we try to start to stair step back up again into the upper 50s, low 60s. And then a really big reset after that is temperatures for the long haul here, and even long range models are saying it's going to be trending cooler over the next 10 to 15 days. Temperatures during the daytime will be in the 50s. There's that one day you see there next Monday, a week from today, we are barely going to make 50. 49 is the projected high there. Of course, that'll change by a couple of degrees once the models get a little closer to that. Lows, not extremely cold, but more in line with where we ought to be this time of the year in the 30s. There may be a couple of nights when it does get around freezing or just below freezing for a night or two, but overall, this is not that cold. It's cooler. Okay, the trend is cooler. Remember, our days are getting longer, the nights are getting shorter. The more we get closer to spring, we're going to have these ebbs and flows. But this is the first time in a long time that I've seen a much cooler trend over several days. So no more 70s or 80-degree weather. I don't see any major storms coming our direction, but with the trend being cooler, it's just going to be pretty much the status quo for the beginning of March. Nothing that's too extraordinary or way out of place. What we've experienced lately has been what's way out of place, more of an anomaly than anything else to have those really warm temperatures, record setting temperatures. We may get close today to setting a record if we hit that, 76, 77. I think our record high is a little bit warmer than that, so we may not have to worry about that here, but other places, Louisville, Lexington, Paducah, some of those may have to look at record highs for today. It's a little bit chilly this morning to start. It depends on where you are. And because of the very stable air mass, then we have, well, you could go from 39 here in Bowling Green at the Kentucky Mesonet site out by the Ag Expo Center, but then you go down to Scottsville and Allen County and it's 50. Same thing for Franklin. And it's, again, all the different elevations of these individual weather sites and the stable air mass that's over the area this morning. You're going to get a variety of temperatures. I mean, look at this, 35 down near the river in Cumberland County, and up in Metcalfe County at Edmonton, it's 51. I mean, that's a big spread. So that's kind of the way it looks. Once the sun comes up, of course, everybody will start to level off in temperature and it won't be that big of a deal. All right, let's take a look at the pattern here and what's being set up for us over the coming days. And we'll be able to see a little bit of a change from what we've experienced thus far with that zonal flow west to east. It's still there. Notice it. It's just Pacific air continuing to just move across the southern half of the United States while winter is still locked in to the north of us. And that's where it will continue to be locked in for several days. As you see, we go through today, nothing going on here. We get a little weak system that tries to work through here tomorrow, and it does put out these little spritz of rain, mostly east of us. We could maybe have a sprinkle or two. It's a cold front that's coming through, but it's going to cool us down, but it's not going to produce much in the way of precipitation as we get into Tuesday. And there you see some of that light, very light precipitation, but the flow not flexing that much. We're still in the warm sector. Now, here comes a system out of the plains with a better chance of rain with it. And that rain is going to move in here, looks like Wednesday night into Thursday. We've got these series of low pressure systems that are going to ride across that upper flow and just squeeze out a little bit of shower activity. Notice, though, not really cold enough for any frozen precipitation until you get up into Missouri, parts of Illinois. We're still going to be warm enough to keep everything just in the form of rain, and even that is not going to be all that much. So, as you can tell right there, even though it may get up to 70s today and then only around 60 tomorrow, it's still not a big change, and it's still going to be mostly in that warmer setup, that zonal flow from Pacific to Atlantic, from west to east. And until that changes, we're really not going to feel or see any kind of winter, if you will, weather. All right, here's a look at the surface maps. And here we go with the warm up today. Big time warm front coming through. Here's the cold front that may bring out that little bit of light shower activity tomorrow. Not everybody's going to see that. And mostly it's just going to be light sprinkles. If anything, there could be a few showers, mainly east of I-65 tomorrow. Then that front moves into Gulf of Mexico or pretty close to it. And here's the next series of low pressure systems in that upper flow that I showed you coming through. This is Wednesday. See some shower activity, thunderstorms in parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas. Good news is this low pressure system is not the cyclone that came through on Friday with the damaging winds and power that's still out for a lot of people. But they're making progress. I made a lot of progress over the weekend. But this not going to be as windy, not going to be as strong. It's around 1,000 millibars or just a little bit more than that as it comes through. It is not going to bomb out like the last one. In fact, there you see it. It's 1,008 millibars. Remember, the one that came through on Friday was a record breaker at 981 millibars. That's a big difference to 1,008 millibars. So this not as strong, but it will still be somewhat dynamic in that the winds will pick up. You see the isobars close together there. So breezy, yes, but not like the 75-mile-per-hour winds that we had on Friday. This will be breezy at times, a few rain showers on Friday, well, Thursday and Friday into early Saturday before this system starts to exit. There will be some post frontal precipitation. And where it's cold enough in that upper flow, around that low pressure system, the Great Lakes, may bring down some of that colder air and cause a mix to happen or some snowflakes well to the north of the Ohio River. I don't think we're going to see much of anything out of that on Saturday into Sunday. All pretty quiet after that. But the overall trend, even though it's not going to be cold, it's going to be cooler. But compared to what we've had with record breaking highs in the 70s and even low 80s, it's going to be chilly. Okay. So you're going to have to put jackets back on and sweaters back on, maybe dress in a few layers on a couple of days or a couple of nights, but nothing too earth shattering. Okay. So nothing like Christmas when we had snow and below zero temperatures. In fact, low temperatures will only stay in the 30s. So chilly, yes. Really cold, no. I still don't see it. Cooler, but not cold. All right, that's going to do it for this Monday morning here at 5 a.m. Getting ready to head to the radio station, Sam 100.7, which is back up. It's running, it's on this morning. Yay. Thank you, Warren RECC and BGMU and all the other utility cooperatives. Man, Warren RECC had to go kind of out in the sticks for the SAM transmitter, which is up there in Wingfield. And it's kind of out there. And they had to, get power back to that before it could broadcast again. But we're broadcasting as of about noon yesterday. We're back on the air, just like usual. So everything's all good. Thank you to all the line workers out there, utilities, dispatch. Gosh, I mean, and even at our church, Hillview, we were without power in the sanctuary. You'll see pictures I posted yesterday from that guy. I had to, normally I run sound with a nice big mixer and board and stuff, and I sit way up in the balcony and look down on the sanctuary, and it's all just, lights and all this cool stuff. Yesterday I was with a little mixer sitting down on the floor, and we had maybe 4 or 5 lights. One section of the church was on, but the phase that runs the auditorium, well, if you drove down Nashville Road, you saw the pole broken and transformers laying in the parking lot and all that. Well, just as we were wrapping up services yesterday, which we had, and it was awesome, they were putting a new pole, resetting a new pole back in and getting everything wired. So we should be good to go after that. And I went up to the workers and just thanked them for all the long hours. And one guy said, well, that's what we get paid for. And I said, yeah, I know, but gosh, I can't do it. There's many of you that you're going to get in a bucket truck and get up there and put all that. No. Electricity, thousands and thousands of volts of electric. No, no. I'm just very thankful and grateful that there is somebody that's willing to do that. It means a lot. And I know a lot of you have been very patient and very kind and very nice to all those sending your messages on social media and stuff to those that take care of us like that. It's good. All right, you guys. See you on the radio here in a little bit. God bless you. And thank you for watching.